Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Jennifer and I am a full-time reseller. I sell undervalued goods on eBay. Today's video is about buying items right. I thought this would be a perfect follow-up. The timing is amazing from my last video. If you didn't watch that, be sure to check it out. I'll put a little link up at the top to that video, but I was talking about in that last video about a relationship that I've built with a gentleman that has a lot of inventory. He's got a lot of high-end items, high-end boots, shoes, lots of good stuff, right? Well, he used to be a very good partnership to have where I would buy a lot of his stuff at 20-30% of its value, and over the last week he's decided to up his prices and make more money. That's what he wants to do. He's saying that he can't give it to me for free anymore, doesn't want to give it away. Yes, I understand that, but therefore it's not beneficial to me and my business. So thank you so much to everyone that took the time to comment on that video and just kind of help me get into that mindset, separating business from personal. And knowing this guy for the last few months, you kind of do build that relationship. And he is a nice guy. He is a nice guy, and I'm a nice person. So I wanted this to work, but now I need to go into business, Jennifer, and realize that this relationship, this partnership does not suit my business anymore. And it's going to be hard. It's not my favorite thing to talk about things like that in person. I might end up starting the conversation in text because that's how we communicate to schedule our next meetup. So I might just tell him, hey, I'll still help you with XYZ, but the boots and things that you want to get more value, you're better off selling them yourself. So that's what I'm going to tell him. But that leads me to the complete opposite on when it is good to pay up for your inventory, when it is good to spend good money on items for your eBay business. There's a time to pay up and there's a time not to. And the problem with a lot of his inventory, yes, it's okay to pay up on, but it's not necessarily the items that I want to pay up on. They're not quick sellers. They're not high sell-through rates. That's what I'm going to dig into today, are some items I picked up this weekend that I did pay up. I think I'm in it over $200 for the weekend, but these items are going to sell crazy fast. I have one item that I'm playing the offer game right now with somebody, and it's going to probably be sold by the end of the day. And if I don't get offers on other items, I'll be surprised. So the brand of this sale, today's video is Sonos. They are the brand that I am okay paying up on. I'm okay paying up on Bose. I'm okay paying up on Bowers and Wilkins. I'm okay paying up on brands that sell crazy fast. I am going to record some screenshots for you to show you the sell-through rates of each of these items, okay? So there's going to be some post-production. Thank you, hubby, for doing that. I'm going to talk about the items, and then we'll insert a little clip to show you the percentage of what's sold and what's available. Because when you're looking these items up, anytime you're looking up any eBay, if you're new to this, the number one thing you want to do is look at how many are available versus how many sold. That sell-through rate is very important. It's not just seeing, oh, this item sells for $200, but if there's only one sold and 50 available, it doesn't matter if it's going to make $200 if it's going to take 2 years to sell. That's not my business model. I want items like the ones I have here where there's like 30, 40 available and 10x sold, 600 sold, 700 sold. Like, those are my kind of numbers. Absolutely my kind of numbers. So, for example, okay, yesterday's sale, couple points on this. It was a big estate sale company. These are the ones that are at the bottom of my list of places I like to source. They overprice because second day they do half price. So they basically price everything assuming it's waiting till second day and they're okay getting that half. And anybody who buys it on the first day is just a sucker because they're overpaying on all of it. They're paying pretty much retail prices. And for personal use, yes, that's good. Some people, that's still a good deal for them. But as a reseller, I can't go into that. It's just not worth it for me. So I did go in on day one just to scope it out. Okay, that's kind of like my game plan, to see what would they have, what kind of brands, what kind of stuff was this person into. And they actually had two sales this weekend. One we'll call the Christmas house, and then the other one was the techie house. You can guess which one I like the most. Mr. Techie was my BFF. Okay, so first day, this item was the first one that I picked up. This Sonos soundbar. It's heavy. Sonos is crazy expensive. They hold their value like you wouldn't believe. It's probably, I'm going to say it, like the best holding value item. Is that the right way to say it? It holds its value the best, okay? So this sticker says, I'm going to try to hold it up here. It says 45, it says 45, right? That might have been a 9. And I saw it as a 4. And so I asked them, is that 45? I didn't give them an option of if it was 95. I just said, oh, that's 45? She said, yes, that's what I paid for it. So this one I paid full price on day one, $45. But that may seem like a lot to some people. This is a $300 speaker. $300 speaker with ridiculous sell-through. So again, there'll be a video that shows you the sell-through rate of this item. But a $300 speaker, I'm going to pay $50 for. 95 on the fence. It's possible I still would have at 95 just because the sell-through was so high and still a $200 turnaround, but I like it a lot more for 45. So grab that real quick on day one. Then on day one, I saw these headset. These were not priced, okay? So I go to the counter, asked about these, and she's looking it up. She's going straight to eBay, and all she types in were Bose Aviation headset. Bose made a few different models. They had an A10, an A20, and then now they have an A30. The higher the number, the more expensive they are. The A20s go for almost $1,000. Those are money. That's what she priced this on, were the A20s. So she had it priced at $525. I did a little chuckle and left, right? So next day, half price day, I went back. She marked it down then to $225. I had told her that these are not the $1,000 headphones. So if they were pricing it based on that, they're not them. So I did a little education to her, showing her the difference between the A20s and the A10s. Because the A20s, it actually said A20 right below where the microphone was. It said A20 on it. So all the pictures that I Googled, all the eBay listings, if it said A20, they all said A20. So these are not A20s. And then also same with the A30s. Maybe Bose thought they were only going to release one pair, so they didn't print it on there. I don't know. But these guys are still amazing, an amazing headset. It was tested. My husband, Mr. AV, he's got a mixer, so he's able to plug in these big old honking cables. We had sound. They sound great. These are also in really good condition. The ear pads were super clean. The mouthpiece, it actually has a new one. So someone's going to be able to decootify and have a clean mouthpiece because no one wants to breathe into somebody else's cooties. It also had this in here. I don't think, maybe it's just another mouthpiece cover. There's only one, so it's not an earpiece cover. So that's in there as well. But, all right, so then comes the negotiating, friends. Day 2, they want to get rid of it. So I talked to the guy that owns this company. Normally, I'm not a big fan of his. So I'm going to take all of that back now because I always think of him as just an arrogant guy you usually want to avoid. Just the way he walks, he talks. He's just doesn't come off as the most friendly guy. So I went up to him on Saturday, half price day, and I had asked him, is there any lower you can do or anything lower you can do on this headset? Because I really want it, but $228 half off still makes it $114. I didn't want to pay that much. Yes, it's, again, another $300 item, $400 item, but if you can get it cheaper, even better. So I asked him, and we stepped outside because he didn't want to negotiate with other people around. Smart business move. And I showed him my table of stuff. That's when he went and, okay, what do you want to pay on this? What do you want to pay on that? We ended up bringing this down from $228 to $150. I think it's this one here. $150 and then half price. So $75 for the headset. And I have it listed for $400. Ridiculous sell-through rate. I'm open to offers. That's why I'm fine paying $125. Or I'm sorry, $75 for this headset. Okay, then the other 2 items at the same sale during that same little table negotiation are these Sonos speakers. Both of them were super, super clean. This one, the big one here, the Sonos Move, had a remote taped to it. it wasn't the correct remote. They don't have a remote. That was a remote to some like under cabinet lighting system or something. So that was definitely not the remote that goes with the player, but it had a sticker of $195. All right. He marked it down to $130, and then it was half price. So I got this speaker for $65. This is the one, I believe this is the one that I'm playing the offer game on right now. So it's going to sell for at least $180, $185 in less than 24 hours. That is what you want. If I'm going to pay up and put $75 on the line, I want it to flip super fast. These are also very easy shippers. Super easy shippers. Even better is testing them. I love testing it. We had a little dance party last night in here with the kiddos while I was testing these out. This one is Bluetooth, so I was able just to tie it to my phone. This one, I had to download the, download the Sonos app and play it through that. It's just the way Sonos set these up. But they both tested. They are small. They are light. And then this guy here, he was listed at $99, and he marked it down to $70, which made it $35. And this one, I think, is $150 speaker. I have it listed at $150. I do have this one listed with free shipping, just to match what everyone else did. That's the only time that I do free shipping, is when all the other sold listings had free shipping. I can't go and ask the same price and then plus shipping. I got to match it. So hopefully they don't live in Hawaii or Alaska where it's going to cost a fortune, or New York. Chances are they're on the East Coast. But either way, these were all no-brainer buys. The sell-through rate was absolutely amazing. The comps were good. So my rule of thumb is to at least double my money, okay? If I'm paying up for something, this is the only time that it's going to be a 100% doubling of my investment, is when it's something that is super hot, that is going to sell fast. I don't want to only double my money on items I'm going to be sitting on for 6 months and more. Heck, even more than 90 days, I don't want to double my money. At that point, you have to consider your space, your time. It's just, there's a lot more into it if you're going to store these items. And bringing me back to that boot dealer, if I'm only making that 50%, I'm only doubling my money. I'm not really doubling it, because you've got fees, you've got returns, you've got all that other good stuff. I can't have those kind of margins. But with something like this, I am fine doubling my money. 100%, because it's a fast seller, it's an easy seller, it's very small chance of returns. It's just, these are the kinds of items that I'm fine paying up for, and I'm fine only doubling my profit. So biggest bolo I will always have on my list is Sonos. Very rare find, because it is high end, and most people know it's high end, so they're going to ask high end money. But if you can find it for cheap, definitely grab it, even if it's not super cheap at garage sale prices. All right, folks, I'm hoping you learned something. Bose, of course, that's just a no-brainer. Bose is another one that's always going to hold its value. And these aviation headsets, they had another one there. It was called Dave something. Oh, shucks. Okay, let me Google that. There was a green pair of aviation headsets, and David Clark. That's another one that's going to be a bolo. They could have, I didn't get a chance to really look them over. They were priced at I think it was like 125, half off, $75. I probably could have got them a little lower now that I knew I got this good deal with him. But I didn't know which model they were, and I didn't have the time to sit there and actually narrow it down. With the Bose, I had thought about it the night before, because I already scoped it out when I was there, and then when I went back on day 2, I already did my research. But those other ones, the green ones, I didn't know what model, and I probably could have gone back later in the day. That's another tip for you. If you can go to an estate sale at the end of the sale, you're going to basically walk out of there richer than you ever have. I just didn't have the time in the rest of the day. We were out doing family stuff and swimming and all the good stuff. So I didn't have a chance to go back before closing, but I did see a post. The original homeowner's family was doing a lot of posts on the Christmas house, and they were just boxes and boxes of Jim Shore. If you're familiar with that, they make he makes sculpted wood Christmas stuff. He also does, I think, some other seasons. But this house had a lot of Jim Shore Christmas, but they were wanting like 40, 50 bucks each on them. No, thank you. So, but by the end of the sale, they were boxed up and they're like, here, come get it, come get it, come get it. And I'm sure it would have been like ridiculously cheap, but I wasn't available for that. So these are the brands to definitely watch for and pay up for. If you like this video, you like this type of content, hit that thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I think that's everything. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.